Hello, I'm Celeste. Welcome to this little mini session on claiming peace. We will be using guided visualizations, so a couple of images, and we'll also be using a couple of tools. The images are to just work with our subconscious minds and hopefully help us to let go of some blocks that are preventing us from claiming peace in our lives. As for tools, for our first image, we will be helping to support ourselves with this lovely raw piece of rose quartz. I picked this up in South Dakota a few years ago, so we'll be using that. And also we'll be using sacred geometries today. This is a geometry I tuned in and drew. And all of the colors, the shapes, the numbers, all the things all contribute to this energy, which is acceptance. So we'll be also using this to support us in image number one. For image number two, we will be using this tool to support us. And this is a sacred geometry with the theme of peace. Same idea, all the colors and shapes all contribute to the energy of this little drawing. So let's get started, shall we? Go ahead and take a centering breath while I pull up my script. Okay. Are you feeling nice and centered? Here's image number one, and it is being at the beach. Imagine being at the ocean and smelling the salty air. Imagine seeing a tourist there who is determined to conquer a wave. Steps out into the water in his swim trunks, determined to make as much progress out into that sea as he can, walking out into the water. Imagine watching as a wave comes along and knocks him right over. There are some pretty big feelings of embarrassment here, as well as vulnerability and some insecurity. Allow that to come up for you personally. There are likely many layers. If you can imagine them combining, conglomerating together, perhaps as a ball or a cube. Let's tap and breathe those out for a moment here. As you breathe out, you can imagine them leaving your body. Embarrassment, vulnerability, and insecurity. Let's do one more big breath out. Excellent. Now, imagine the ocean waves rolling in and going out, rolling in and going out again. Imagine a surfer coming along and the tourist that was bested by the big wave is sitting there watching him too. The surfer takes his board right into the water with him. He paddles into the water and attempts to conquer a wave by working with the wave and not against it. He's not always successful, but he has a good time trying again when he's not. Imagine this being a huge light bulb moment for this tourist who tried to conquer a wave by his strength, standing there in the sand. And imagine him meeting the surfer and shaking his hand and asking him about his way of conquering waves. The surfer enjoys talking to the tourist about this topic. It happens to be his favorite thing to talk about. Just imagine the hope here, along with the gratitude that is felt by this tourist man who is being indulged by the surfer. Just breathe that in for a moment. While you're breathing in, let me just hold up our tools for a moment. They've been right next to us all along, but just as a reminder, they are here. Our acceptance geometry and our rose quartz stone. That is starting to feel better already. Very nice. Okay, we're going to move on to image number two. And just as a reminder, this geometry will be right next to us as we do this image. Okay, so this one is about a garden. It seems like there have been lots of garden themes in my work lately, and I just love that. We're going to imagine a woman sitting on a bench in a garden. There is fresh air out there in the garden and so many beautiful flowers. It is so blessedly quiet, and the woman is enjoying this time of quiet very much. Hmm. Imagine that a gardener goes by with a very squeaky wheelbarrow. The woman winces, but soon the gardener and his squeaky wheelbarrow are gone, and she breathes again. A while later, a little group of children run by, shouting with excitement as they cut through the garden on their way to play somewhere close by. Imagine the frustration of this woman with all these interruptions to her quiet place. Allow that to come up for you. All I need is quiet, and then I'll have peace, this woman yells. Let's tap and breathe these things out. First, the frustration. Let's breathe that out two more times. Once again, if you feel there are many layers, imagine them conglomerating in a ball that you can breathe out as you exhale. Let's do another big breath here. Okay, now let's breathe out the statement of all I need is quiet and then I will have peace. All I need is quiet and then I will have peace. Get out. All I need is quiet and then I will have peace. Breathe it out. All I need is quiet and then I will have peace. Breathe it out. Doesn't it feel liberating to be free of that? Okay, so imagine this woman in the garden again. This time she is sitting on the grass in a meditative cross-legged position. She is breathing deeply. Her eyes are closed and she's feeling centered in her mind and in her physical body. She hears the squeaky wheelbarrow, but it is just something that is noticed. It does not break her equilibrium. Imagine her hearing children running by in a part of the garden, and she smiles as she notices and thinks what fun they must be having, but it does not interrupt her own equilibrium. Okay, so just take a moment and breathe in this feeling of tranquility that this woman is experiencing. Here's our tool. Let's do one more big breath. Breathe in that tranquility. Breathe it to all your cells. That feels so nice. There is a new belief here if you wish to claim it. It is peace can dwell within me. Let's say that and breathe it in three times. Peace can dwell within me. Breathe it in. Peace can dwell within me. Breathe it in. Peace can dwell within me. Breathe it in. That is the end of our images for today. Um, I hope that you felt some shifts with this. I felt just a calm feeling with it. And for me, these images did speak, and that was wonderful. I do offer my sacred geometries at the link you'll find down below on these little laminated cards will be listed in my shop. Thank you for joining me this time. upload twice a month, so please subscribe for another mini session next time, okay? I hope you have the most blessed day. Bye.